All right, hello and welcome to the Legacy Crusaders YouTube channel. This is Benji, and today I'm joined by Sunny of the Top Cut Yu-Gi-Oh podcast. New episodes are available Tuesdays and Fridays on Spotify, iTunes, and anywhere else you might hear or watch podcasts, such as YouTube and so on. And what are we doing now? We're doing a Thursday Remote Duel Locals in the Top Cut Discord server. If anybody has any interest in that, make sure you check the links in the description. Today we're learning how to play Sword Soul through a few games on YGO Pro, where our resident Sword Soul duelist, Sunny, will be telling me what to do over a few games, and I'll try and ask the questions that you, the audience, might have as we play a few matches on the Wild West of Yu-Gi-Oh! Edo Pro. We're going to take a quick look at the deck list, and then we'll talk about maybe any decisions you made with your deck build, and then we'll get into some games. So real quick, we got 3 Nib, 3 Ashina, 3 Vishuda, 3 Longwan, 2 Taiye, 3 Moyi, 3 Incredible Ecclesia, 1 copy of Zathana, 3 Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, 3 Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit, 1 Deskbot 001, 3 Tenyi Adhara, 3 copies of Sword Soul Emergence, 3 copies of Vessel of the Dragon Cycle, 1 Sword Soul Sacred Summit, 1 Called by the Grave, 2 copies of Heavenly Dragon Circle, 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence, 1 Blackout. In the extra, we're on 1 copy of Cheng Ying, the Supreme Sovereign, or I'm never going to get these guys' names. Yeah, 1 Chen Ying, 1 Baron, 1 new Longwan, Qi Longwan, or the Sinister, 1 copy of Draco Berserker, 2 copies of Chizao, finally learned how to say his name, 2 copies of Baxia, and I'm sure I'm saying it wrong still. 1 copy. All right, 1 copy of Yazi, 1 copy of Herald of the Arclight, 1 copy of Mecha Phantom Beast of Rorodon, 1 Shaman of the Tenyi, 1 copy of Crystron Halka Fibrax, 2 copies of Monk of the Tenyi, and we are citing a Psyframe Driver, 3 Lancia, 3 Gamma, 3 Droll, 1 Feather Duster, 3 Twin Twister, and a Red Reboot. Now, I actually tried to do How to Sword Soul in the past, and the guest I had on, at the time, we both weren't really good at, like, pronouncing the names of any of the Sword Soul cards, so we butchered everything. Sure. Yeah, we were also on, like, standard pure Sword Soul with, like, what's his name? Destroyer, PPE. Phoenix Enforcer. Yeah, it was the real basic stuff. Right. We wound up getting paired up in YGO Pro against like Eldritch a bunch of times, and everything was just going wrong, so we wound up not posting it. But now this has been out for a long time. There's a lot of information, and you've had some testing in. By the way, just in case anyone's unclear, I did not do this before with Sunny, so so this experience should be different than it was the last time I tried to do this. So, Sunny, any thoughts on your build?
Yeah, so I went with 45 instead of 40. I acknowledge that there's a few places that you could cut some fluff. For example, you could probably cut Vishuda down to 2. You might even be able to cut Ecclesia down to 2 and Taiye down to 1. A lot of people cut the Sword Soul Sacred Summit. And there's just like little pieces here and there that a lot of people cut down. But my personal philosophy with the deck is I want to be able to use an entire 60 pack of sleeves all at once for the main and side. So, I went with 45.
Oh, but how are you not accounting for the miscuts?
Well, see, here's the thing. I like to live dangerously. But no, realistically, this list is really clean. This is actually the list that I brought to YCS Charlotte. This is the list that I brought to the Mendenhall, Mississippi regional and the Kenner, Louisiana regional the weekend before YCS Charlotte. The only difference between the regionals list and the YCS list was I swapped out I had 1 Lightning Storm in the side deck. I swapped it out for Red Reboot because I and no reason at all that it was a Lightning Storm instead of a Red Reboot. Red Reboot honestly just makes a lot more sense. So, but as far as possible changes that I would make to the deck list, the only thing that I could really see is some tech choices. I like having the main deck Nibiru. I like having the main decked. I like 3 Vishuda. A lot of people only having 2, but I liked having the third one because it makes your going second game so much stronger. And a lot of people don't play the Shaman, but to me, the Shaman really does come up a lot more than Chao Feng, where your main purpose of playing Chao Feng is to light lock. That way you are safe from Nibiru. But I think that as long as you make Baron in under 5 summons, you're safe from Nibiru anyway. So realistically, I think that having the Shaman there in the niche cases in the grind game is a little bit more applicable. The one issue that you do have with this particular build of the deck is when you're staring at a hand of maybe like multiple Vishudas and multiple vessels or something along those lines. Frequently, if I'm going second, I'll side out one vessel, things like that. I'll frequently going second, I'll also side out, say, like the 2 Heavenly Dragon Circles, the Sword Soul Sacred Summit, and the Blackout. Usually, if I'm going second, the 2 circles, the Blackout, and the Summit are my first things that I side out for the Gamma package.
All right, I had a quick question about Gamma because I
Sure.
listened to the podcast, as everyone should. And I
Right.
recall it being mentioned that you play the Gamma package over something you don't have. Just out of curiosity, I forget what it was. Do you remember?
I honestly I don't remember, but I really, really, really love the Gamma package because unlike most decks, the driver in this deck is not actually necessarily a major brick because you can actually use the driver in conjunction with an Adhara in your hand to make Yazi. So if I need to, if I have a hand of say nothing but Tenyis and a driver, it's realistic for me to special either a Vishuda or an Ashuna and normal summon the driver and then special Adhara and make Yazi, and it gets me into my Sword Soul plays. So driver actually in this deck, Tribute Summon Driver is a legitimate play because it really does actually help you get into your engine, depending on whether or not you have the Adhara in hand to special. So because it's a non-effect monster, you can just special the Adhara. So
Gotcha. I was blanking on that for a minute, but yeah, definitely Tribute Summon Driver should make it to all the spreadsheets. Definitely.
it's a legitimate play that has won me games.
Oh yeah, I tribute Set Driver like twice today for plays in different decks. I mean, summoning Driver has been something that people should consider more often. I'm sure it comes up, and I'm sure people notice it sometimes. Sometimes they don't. But
Yeah.
it is good to know that it's not as bad as it could be.
Yeah, and other people might be wondering why the Shitana is there for Heavenly Dragon Circle. And the other thing that people might be questioning is in the side deck, I am running a lot of back row removal. 5 back row removal is something that, or well, not back row, I guess reboot is not removal, but it handles it. You know what I mean?
Close enough.
The 5 back row cards are there because realistically, this deck has a very, very, very hard time with floodgates and things like Eldritch. And since I've targeted that as maybe one of my worst matchups, I wanted to have an answer for that. So that's kind of the logic behind the back row hate. And realistically, I think the deck has a strong enough matchup into so many other things that it's worth doing. And other than that, the only other change that I would consider making is this is a change that a lot of people are going to hate that I even said it, but I would consider side decking the Ash Blossoms and main decking the Droll and Lockbirds, which sounds crazy, I know, but when you look at the way the meta is shaped right now, with things like the adventure package being as prominent as it is, the ability to Droll and lock your opponent out of a lot of the adventure package, and then if they're playing a deck like Phantom Knights, or they're playing a deck like Prank Kids, or even some of the Rose Dragon decks, the Droll is really, really impactful. So it's something to be considerate of. Maybe just like let them have that first search to lock them out for the rest of the turn. But it's your mileage may vary. The Ash is definitely a more generic card that helps out in way more matchups. But the Droll, if you're expecting to play a lot of heavy meta matchups, specifically a lot of adventure package, I think Droll is extremely impactful. A lot of people are completely writing it off. It's extremely impactful in all of the adventure matchups and all the Floowandereeze matchups.
All right, sounds good. I think people are going to also be considering Bell in the future soon because
Absolutely.
yeah, we're recording this. I think like the weekend that Branded deck has just come out, and like I think,
Right.
what's that card? Branded in red summons from grave or adds from grave to
Yeah.
hand. So that's like a bellable card. You can bell like the Rite of Armesia also would be another card worth looking into.
Yes.
Ash and Bell both can.
And
kind
you
of
can
play.
also Bell the Water Enchantress.
Yeah, because it can add back from graveyard. And I was just thinking the only problem with like Droll over Ash is like it loses the shifter and the Floowandereeze matchup. You know, there's no perfect solution. You got to make a choice and with what we're gonna do. All right, so we talked about the deck for a while. Let's get into some games, see if there's anything else that comes to mind after we play our first few matches. We'll come back to the deck list at the end, and then we'll discuss anything else that needs to be addressed in some manner. All right, going into our first match. I put a little note that says competitive, please. So hopefully we won't get anything too random like we did last time when we play against like the agent structure deck.
Yes, that was when we were doing a Tri Brigade one. That was rough.
Yeah, sometimes that happens. Well, we win the dice roll. How's the hand look? All right.
It's middling. So I mean, it's gonna end us on. It's gonna end us okay. So what we're gonna do is here we're gonna go normal Mo Yi, activate effect, reveal Ashina.
And we lose to a hand trap.
Of course.
Don't hand trap. No.
Well, as crusty as that is, it was pretty much our only line.
Yeah, I saw. Sometimes the hands just don't have a lot to work with.
That's right. Let's just set imperm and middle column and move on with our lives.
Indeed. Hopefully they don't have a play, or they'll lose to a hand trap. And we have lots of those. A couple of the same ones, but at least that means we have... they actually could lose to a hand trap here. A nicely timed ogre on this here Union Hanger could end the turn.
I'm calling it now ABC Therian.
That'd be cool. Considering we asked for
Or
a
just
competitive
ABC
deck.
Adventure.
All right, so keep them off of...
Yeah, definitely.
I'm like thinking what can happen that goes wrong here. Because here they could crash the sea to get another one of the guys out of the hand. Then they can crash again to get a search, but then they might not have another way to get a guy in the graveyard.
Yep, that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to go for the crash.
I miss ABC being really good.
I don't know. At one point in time, I could tell you a lot about what the deck did, but it has been a long time.
I wasn't expecting them to go into Mo Yi here. I mean, with A, I thought they were going to get B.
Do we know that they have the B in hand? I think they added the...
They added
the
B.
C off. Oh, they added B. So they
Yeah.
normaled C. Okay, so... It's all right. So let's go Ashina. Normal Adhara. And let's make Chi Zhao. And let's activate Chi Zhao. Well, let's go ahead and search the... This is actually an interesting one. I think Emergence is probably the answer.
What are we
Just
searching
that
off
way
Emergence?
I'm sorry?
What would we search off Emergence?
Nothing. It's there for next turn.
All right.
Because we don't have another play.
Okay, run him over.
Actually, I'm just realizing we had another play. That's fine.
What was the line?
The line was we could have banished the what's it called? We could have banished the blackout and then activated Ashina. I forgot we had Ashina in grave. Normally, if I'm like sitting on a play mat, like fanning out my graveyard, I can check it. But we could have banished Ashina, special Shatana, and then we could have made Baxia. But Baxia doesn't really get us anywhere except a little extra damage. But it's fine. I think our hand traps are gonna hold us through.
Yeah, the problem is just that they get to Buster by just normal summoning now, and there's not a lot we can do about it. I mean, we have like a negate for it.
Right.
We can also ogre him. Get the Buster in grave if he tries to like... Well, it looks like we have another thing to ogre.
Yeah.
But then Buster's going to run over Chi Zhao.
Yeah, now that I think about it, we actually had a good bit more we could have done. Yeah, Ogre the Union Hanger for sure.
Alright, so he still doesn't have access to B, but he will as soon as he crashes this thing.
Right.
It's always weird having to like put the tokens on board in order to use the Tenyis.
Yeah, I forgot. I should have remembered that. Like I said, honestly, it's one of those things where like when you're on a simulator, you can like check graveyard and like
Yeah,
when
it's
you're on
always been a
simulator,
problem
you're
in my
not
series,
controlling.
just because I'm the one in control, so it's a little limiting on you when you're trying to tell me what to do. But
Yeah, but it's fine. As long as we tell people what the line was, that way they can see what the better line was. I think it gets the message across.
yeah, all right. So we could have used Chi Zhao to banish Blackout instead of adding Emergence, so that we could have used what's his name?
Use Ashuna to summon Shatana to make another 8.
Yeah. So they should really wait till next turn before they try to bother doing anything. Otherwise, we just have to banish a card and negate him for now. So he's just losing his
Yeah.
Union Driver. I guess we use Chizao. Is there anything
So wait,
here that
what
would
is
be
he
nice
doing?
to
I'm
get
sorry.
banished?
Doing what?
We can negate his Buster with the Chizao and purposely get something banished.
You can banish the Mo Yi. That's fine.
Because we could also use the Imperm. I just don't know what makes
No,
more
no,
sense.
it's good to banish the Mo Yi here because when we go Tai A, we can use Tai A to banish one. Or actually, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a Yazi line here. So we're gonna do Emergence. Get Tai A. And you can imperm that, I do believe.
If we do, he tags out. So
Oh, we have Chizhao and imperm, so
well, Chizao would have to get rid of one of our 10Es if we wanted to do anything.
we're gonna add back whatever we want.
Okay, so should we?
Ashina, it's the one, yeah.
That just forces the tag out. Should we even bother?
So what is he trying to do here? He's trying
to banish the Chizao. But he can do the Buster tag out at any time, and he's gonna dodge if we try to use it. So we could just not bother and kind of ignore it and have both 10Es in grave.
Yeah, that's fine too.
Oh, okay. Well, then it really didn't accomplish anything if we would have used it, since he was gonna do it
Oh,
anyway.
so he chained the tag. He chained the tag out anyway.
Yeah, that plays into called by. They don't usually do that on purpose. What are we grabbing?
IA.
Oh, spinning these guys should be great.
Yep, we're about to. So we're gonna normal Tai A. Activate effect. We can banish the Emergence. Now we have a choice to make. Do we want to go Yazi or do we want to go Baxia?
I don't feel like we need to go Yazi, right? We Baxia spin 2, then Baxia. Then we... Well, I think we add hard to add back...
Mo Yi.
Does that make sense? Maybe this is the reason the Mo Yi should have stayed in the graveyard to bring it back off Baxia.
Nope, here's what we do. I'm about to tell you.
Alright.
Alright, do not activate the effect of Emergence.
Alright.
Are we worried about any other interaction
No.
on him?
Nope, nothing.
Okay, let's activate Adhara.
To add back Mo Yi?
Yep. And because we did not use Chijiao's effect, because Chijiao you can only activate one of his effects per turn, just make Chijiao. And now we can do Chijiao 1, Tai A 2.
What are we milling with Tai A?
We can mill a... Let's go... Vishuddha. And now we can add a Longyan. And then you can discard the Mo Yi for Longyan. Now we can activate Vishuddha to bounce one of them.
Okay, I'm just trying to like imagine through damage, because the only one we want to make sure is like we want to like kind of permanently get rid of C so we can't summon something from the hand.
So we can get rid of A. We can probably put either A or B back in the hand here.
No, we want to get C back in the hand, I guess, so he can't summon one of these guys. Or if he adds a guy off of A or B, he won't be able to summon it off of C. So I guess we have to bounce C.
Yeah, I'll let you choose.
Okay. So C to hand.
Okay, so here we actually have several lines. We can either go Baron, or we can activate Ashuna to go into a Yazi line, or we can use Ashuna to make a Baxia or a Draco Berserker. because we can summon the Shitana.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that the line here, though, honestly, is probably just Baron or Kijing Longyan in case they try to bring back the Buster, and then we can just banish it or something along those lines.
I think
Or
Baron
if
will
we
do
can-
it because
or
Baron
we
can
can do
just
Che-
pop one of these
Yeah.
guys and then we just attack for game, right? Because he gets take 12.
Oh, that's right. He's only at 3,700 life. I forgot about that. He kept attacking our stuff. Yeah, yeah, that's just lethal.
Yeah, I was thinking there might be like some way for us to use like the Cheng Ying to banish something.
Oh well, yeah. And then Baron pop. And then we have lethal on board.
All right. ABC. What are you thinking?
Probably Lancias. And if we're going second, then maybe Gamma. I don't know the ABC matchup as well. I don't
Yeah,
know
I
if
don't know
Droll is good into this matchup, considering how much they add to hand.
It could be good. Ogre should be good. Nib's probably not good, I feel like.
I think you're probably right, but the issue with Nib is if they try to go into an Infinity line with Galaxy Soldiers, then you kind of want to nib them before they get to the Infinity.
I don't think they're on that.
Imperm seems like it wasn't good.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Do you think how impactful is Droll?
I mean, if they activate Hanger, then they can't use B. So it could be like a pass turn.
I think we can leave Nib in.
All right, I think we're okay like this.
Yeah, I think this is fine.
This is a weird ass hand.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's weird, but it is full Hauk combo, which is very funny. So we'll see what kind of interruptions they end on.
Well, they conceded, so they ended on negative 8,000 interruptions.
So I'm just gonna say, this hand though is full Hauk combo.
I assume it's
actually crazy.
Ashina summon itself, make monk, vessel, mill, blanking.
Mill any Tenyi and then add Ashuna to hand or add Hara to hand.
Yeah.
And then you go add Hara and Monk into Hauk, and then you go into Hauk, summon Deskbot, make Auroradon, summon 3 tokens, summon Deskbot back. And then the funny line is you go summon the Deskbot and one of the tokens to make Herald of the Arclight.
Mm-hmm.
And then you activate Ashuna to summon Adhar from the deck. And then from there you're Wormlock, but that's fine because then you go Yazi and you use Auroradon to pop itself in Yazi. And then you're just you're into your Sword Soul combos, but you already have a negate on board. So you can go, for example, you can go into Tai, you use Yazi to summon Tai A, and then you go Chi Zhao, and then you add Longyan, and then you have the summit to discard for Longyan to summon probably Kijing Longyan or Cheng Ying, depending on the matchup.
All right, well, let's see if we can get it in another match.
Yeah, sure. A lot of times the Hauk combo is kind of actually just a fallback, to be honest.
Makes sense.
Or if you already have Longyan and something else to discard in your hand, you can go Hauk combo first, or you can go Longyan first to have a negate on board with Baron, and then just go full Hauk combo. So,
all right, we're going first.
this is pretty good.
All right, what you thinking?
Well, I say it's pretty good actually. Let's do Vishuddha. Normal Adhara. And we're gonna make Chi Zhao. And we're gonna activate Chi Zhao to add probably a Mo Yi is fine. Actually, add the what's it called? The summit. And then you're just gonna discard the summit for Longyan. It's the least useful card off the top of all the ones we could have added. That's fine. Don't worry about it.
It's
We're
always
done
nice
adding to
when
hand.
someone activates like a crazy hand trap like that, and we just don't have to worry about it.
Right. And now we make Baron.
Attack defense. Should have asked that before.
I usually put it in attack, but yeah, I mean it's kind of up to you. And then just activate Long Yon, burn, and then set call by and pass.
All right. I guess it's a pretty basic hand.
Yeah, I mean it wasn't the craziest hand ever, but it's good enough.
Just so everyone knows if they weren't aware.
Welp.
Is there
Yeah,
any
that's
reason
fine.
to use the negate? Probably not, right?
No, absolutely not. It's one spot's on the field, so unless they. Oh boy, Ash that I would think.
Get it out of here. All right.
Get it
Yeah.
outta
So,
here.
as I was trying to say, is that the Chizao is both of its effects are hard ones in the sense that we can only use one or the other, not both in the same turn.
Alternatively, I just thought about it. We have call by. We could have just. Ooh, we probably. What did they add?
Ecclesia.
Do we want to call by the Intis?
Well, if we call by the Intis, we can Chizao the Ecclesia.
Yeah, there you go. Go ahead.
Because that forces them to have another follow-up, and they're already locked out of the extra deck.
Right.
So unless they just like Raigeki here, we should be okay.
Raigeki here would be broken.
Negate it.
Oh, they summoned in defense. They know. Let's do Longyan. Because hopefully, we're gonna be able to put a token on board next turn, and then we will add Longyan back to our hand with Adhara. All right, we will not be putting a token on board.
Well, I mean, if we really want to, we can Baron summon back a Tenyi to go into a. Yeah, that's not going to make sense.
It doesn't really accomplish anything. Well, actually, hold on. Oh, well.
My bad. What were you thinking?
So something we could have done is very funny. We could have actually done Baron summon back Adhara, and then activate Chizhao to negate the Ecclesia again, banishing Summit, which would have made Chizhao level 7, and then synchro with the Adhara and the Chizhao, and you can either make Baxia or you can make another Chizhao. And then from there, you can use Chizhao to add probably a Taiye and then normal Taiye activate effect. And then you can add Longyan back to hand. So there was a line there, but honestly, this is probably just safer and better.
Yeah.
So
this deck does have a lot of you gotta take a little bit of care with the your once per turns and trying to get overly complicated and mess up. I guess we're not doing that this turn.
Oh well, that line wouldn't have worked anyway because Chizhao is a hard once per turn on it. Probably Baron. Chizhao is a hard once per turn, so.
Well, that should be no Dragoon for the rest of the game because that's 2 of those.
Oh my goodness. Some people are better. I mean, you know.
Yeah, there's nothing for us to do with this Chizhao now.
I guess we probably should have just let Fusion Destiny resolve because then you can just bear and negate and they're locked. They can't summon. Well, I guess they can't. I don't know.
Alright, what can Ecclesia actually do here?
It's going to fetch Fleur-de-Lis.
Would they bother at Fleur-de-Lis into Baron? Are they going to attack it? Or are they going to search punishment or something? Ooh.
Ooh, they're going to get Maximus.
Are they going to set up a Shadal line?
Probably. Please, summon a bunch. Summon as much as you can.
A Wind Pegasus.
One Baxia, probably. Well, do the Kijing Longyan and Herald.
Let's search our ritual monster.
It would be really nice to search illusion right here, but I'm not cool enough.
Yeah, I got rid of my soul because I'm like, I'm never going to pick up these illusions.
Yeah.
And I only had one magician soul.
Oh, they just had Fleur-de-Lis in hand.
Well, they could just crash, but I mean, is that really something they want to do?
Yes, it is.
Apparently, but I guess it prevents us from just bringing back the card that outs their board.
They're literally just playing Dogmatica control.
Well, I wonder what they're getting. Okay, that makes sense. I was like, if they get another floor, then
Eh.
that's pretty cool. All right. Well, we don't have any plays.
Nope. That's the worst part about this deck is that it plays horribly off the top.
Yeah, well, our play is pass. And there were so many other things we can draw that might have been productive here. Because are we going to just get obliterated by consistently excessive Maximus hits? Or... Well, they're actually out of Dogmatica cards to play. Maybe they'll just summon 5 times, right?
Hope.
They're really 500 life points off of game. What can they set up? So now they can't go in the extra deck to link up to it, so they're not going to summon 5 times.
So I guess get rid of one monk and get rid of... Well, I guess you could just get rid of Hauk Dawn, but that doesn't actually sound that great. Yeah, do one monk and do the one Baxia.
They dump Braisian and Omega. Alright, so they've established another Titanclad for later, but that's not going to matter. Okay.
Do we know the one in hand? No.
In
I guess
their
we
hand?
don't.
No. They didn't search anything. Oh my god.
Well, that is the end of the game.
Alright, game 2. Versus Dogmatica. Looks like these are useless.
All right, we're going first. So, yeah, the nibs are pointless. Droll is kind of funny. And yeah, ogres seem not that great.
Subpar.
Lancia is probably just better. That way they can't invocation.
Well, we're not sure they're on that. We didn't see any Shadal cards, so they're not on that part at least.
They're probably... I doubt they're just on Dogmatica control, but... I mean, they might be, but... I'm fine with this.
Alright. Let's see what we can do.
Let's go first. Wow, this hand is honestly okay at best. Normal... Well, do we go Ashuna first? No, go Mo Yi into Summit. Or go Mo Yi, reveal Ashuna. Actually, yeah, reveal Ashuna's fine.
Let them know we have a follow-up. God damn it. Can they stop doing that?
If they could stop, that would be great.
Well, we weren't going to banish anyway.
And now we set 2 Imperms and pass our turn. And then they Harpy's Feather Duster.
Sometimes they're just built better.
Honestly. Sometimes they're just better. So they are on the invoked. Imperm. It's alright, they already have invocation in hand.
Yeah.
If they could kill Mo Yi here, that'd be like awesome.
Yeah, problems with your monster being too big.
Yep. Oh, they're going 6. They need it. Oh, look, Fusion Destiny.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's great. Because if they go Fusion Destiny, then they kill Mo Yi, and then on the crackback, they're gonna try to. Well, we can't respond to the effect actually,
We can
because I don't
respond
think
to the
we
effect
can't respond to the summon.
or the effect on summon. Really?
Oh, they got
That's what they
Tusker.
took? Of all the possible things they can take,
They're gonna get rid of.
an imperm.
Okay, they must already have Fusion Destiny in hand because they're better than us.
I mean, it
Oh
could
no,
be...
they literally already had the invocation.
Well, this was the
Oh.
other possibility.
Yeah, they just had it all.
They must have banished their secure card now?
Probably.
Or are they just thinking they'll just banish the end tests?
Oh please, by all means.
So they locked out the extra deck. They don't seem like they're playing like a big payoff for Maximus. They were playing Wind Pegasus.
Do Shaman. And the Qijing Longyan, or the Herald. The Herald. Yeah.
Omega and... What are they putting back? Please don't put back Mo Yi. The one time we actually have Summit.
Right.
You put back a Nadir Servant. Alright, so we are playing through a floor, because this is going to search floor.
I think we have to have an extra deck monster on field though for Fleur to do his thing, right?
Yeah, but we'll eventually put one there. And they have one right now.
Oh my goodness, this is so good. Okay. So let's go Summit.
So we're hoping they don't care about this to get our second monster in play, right? They
And
already
go
know we
to
have an
Fleur.
Ashina.
Yeah. So just reveal the Ashina that they know about.
Alright.
That's perfectly fine.
Oh no, we're negated.
Longyan!
I don't know why I put that in defense.
Okay, we have options here. I'm gonna say, yeah, let's go ahead and use the Ashina. Summon Adhara. And let's make Yazi.
Finding Yazi was hard. Alright. Oh, Yazi's kind of crap versus Almirage.
Well, we can just destroy the magical meltdown.
I mean, we don't have to destroy anything. It just feels weird. Alright. Do you want to pop something? Or do you want to maybe wait for later? I'm not sure.
Let's actually use the Adhara to add back Ashina first. So, remind me again, Almirage can do what? It can...
Makes a monster unable to be destroyed by card effects.
Yeah, so that's fine. Let's go ahead and make a... let's go ahead and pop the Meltdown.
Or we could just threaten the Almirage and make him use it. Unless you're that scared of the meltdown. I don't think... I mean, meltdown's
We're gonna
annoying.
do... We're gonna make Boxy and we're gonna shuffle some stuff back, so...
Alright, I guess we'll just guarantee we get rid of a card for sure.
Right.
Like...
And then, yep. And then let's go ahead and summon Taie. Something else we could have done was we could have waited until we popped the Yazi to make, to use Adhara to put Yazi back in our extra deck, but that's something we can do later. All right, so let's activate Taie. And you can get rid of the Shaman, actually.
So they have an Ecclesia in hand. This Ecclesia currently can't be destroyed by battle with the extra deck monsters.
But what we can do now is we can make Baxia
I love Baxia.
in attack position.
With the Taie.
Mm-hmm. So we can shuffle 2 back.
Oh, they surrendered. Alright.
We were really far ahead right there.
Yeah. Alright, we'll go in second now. So what should we try to stop? I think these are kind of good cards in already.
So what we can do is we can get rid of the 2 Heavenly Dragon Circles, the Blackout,
Whoops,
and the
did not need
Summit
to
to
do
put in
that.
a Gamma package.
The Summit and what, a Vessel?
The Blackout.
Oh, the Blackout. Okay. Okay. I think we're hand trapped.
Wow! Holy moly.
I think we Gamma then Lancia to keep our guys, right?
Yeah, that's, yeah. Wow. Yeah, Gamma right here.
We can Gamma again and then Lancia when he activates the invocation.
Honestly, yeah, I'm fine with that, honestly.
Because now if he uses it, it goes to the graveyard. Doesn't really do
Yeah, wait till he
anything.
links off. Think you'll go into Secure Gardener here? Oh, dang it.
The problem with trying to be big brained. Well, let's see what he gets. Because if we did that early, he just... I mean, it gives us... What does he do differently?
Oh, he only went for 3. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Lancia. Token Collector.
Oh, boy. Oh, this is actually going to be really funny. And now right here.
Now we can't make Verte. Oh, we want this in the graveyard. Now we can't add it back. Shit.
This dude really does have everything.
Yeah, his hands have been busted. Alright, so... What can
What
we
does Wind
make?
Pegasus do again?
If we destroy one of his cards, he can banish it to shuffle a card back into
Got
the
it.
deck. But what can we make with these guys? Do we have a generic
Exactly,
Synchro?
Draco Berserker.
That's it.
Draco Berserker is literally our only option.
Well, he might just immediately shotgun to kill these guys.
Wow. Just wow.
Fiber combo.
Oh. That's interesting.
Would it work? Would it do anything?
The answer is no. It accomplishes nothing.
Alright, plus he's also got a token collector.
Right.
So,
Draco Berserker is like your only option.
I mean, we can threaten battle to kill both of these.
You think he's got something in there that's 3K or bigger?
I feel like battle at least lets us know what we're working with. Because otherwise he's just going to pop the one card for sure, you know?
The issue here is that if he pops 1, then we don't have any plays at all. Whereas at least if we go Draco Berserker, then we potentially have something to work with. Because it'll put the driver in our graveyard, so it puts our other Gamma alive.
Well, I mean, he's going to punishment it and put it in there, is what I'm thinking. I guess there's a chance he doesn't.
Yeah, there's an outside chance he doesn't have a 3K, but I mean, surely he does, but... So what does Secure Gardener do again?
He doesn't take damage once. Oh, we can't get over this now. That was the other thing.
It's fine. We can go ahead and get over the Secure Gardener. Or, well, you know.
There's actually some reason to not do that, so that he wouldn't be able to go for a Verte or something. So now he's bigger, but still can't get over his guy. Oh, yeah. Well, at least now we have some live cards.
Right.
Alright, Imperm's down.
Whoa. Why?
You want to hold him? Alright. No, that's
That
fair.
way, I mean, just doesn't seem like a heck of a lot of reason to put him down when we can just play him from the hand.
Well, the potential.
Well, I guess we
negate
could.
that.
Yeah, go ahead and set him. That's fine.
Well, we could set one, and then if one
Yeah,
gets
yeah,
popped, we use another one. So this definitively can turn off punishment. Maybe I should have put it
Right.
anywhere else. Duster. Fantastic.
May as well chain it.
It accomplishes literally nothing.
Yeah.
So he's got Token Collector in hand and a blank.
And we know that the set is punishment. Man, some engine here would be crazy.
Have you considered playing Sword Soul cards?
I've thought about it, but I just don't know, man.
All right. I think
I
we're.
guess set the Imperm and move on.
Should we bother setting it again?
Yeah, why not?
I
Are they going
guess
to do Dusters again?
It'd be funny.
It would be something.
Yeah. Well, we could set the Lance. No, I guess we might want to do a Lancia combo again. Then we can go into Fiber next time. But I mean, that combo is just going to lose to the Token Collector.
Ooh, let him melt down and then droll him. That would be really sweet.
Get drolled.
Get drolled, idiot.
He set it so he can try and search next turn.
That's funny. An emergence would be so nice here. What do we have in grave? Probably nothing. Nothing but hand traps.
Yeah, or
Oops, all hand traps. Honestly, I think we just pass. Because there's no point in summoning the Vishuddha because, one, there's no point in putting anything on his board back into his hand, and two, even if we did, all it does, yeah, Imperm. Well, wait, is it Gamma or Imperm?
that is the decision.
Do Gamma.
Yeah, I think we Gamma and then hope he just leaves both bodies on the board and we can like end phase.
Well, let's hope he has Invocation in hand. That way we can Lancia again. That'd be funny.
Well, I mean, he might be.
But like leaving, what I was gonna say was leaving the Vishuddha in hand means that if we get a Moyi off the top, it's alive. Oh boy, we're out here.
Is he gonna
Why
try?
would he do that?
I don't see a purpose. Running over these guys doesn't do anything. He just used the Celestial.
What is he gonna do here now?
I don't know. I think he clearly realized he'd done messed up.
Oh,
Maybe he's trying to climb into something bigger. That locks him out of the extra deck. I mean, is he trying to go into something in the extra deck?
might just be trying to bait back row.
I mean, it's probably pretty obvious that that's an imperm. I mean, he's gonna run. Will he? The real question is, we're trying to like tempt him to like not kill these cards because they're gonna get banished anyway, right?
Well, now we know everything because now we know the last card in hand is Token Collector.
Yeah, but we kind of want these cards to survive.
Oh gosh.
So we kind of
So-
have to use the imperm here to make sure these live.
Yeah, we do.
But we also need him to not really get that the Lancia is going to come. But putting the Gamma in attack mode was just asking for some damage to be put in, but leaving in defense means there's no reason to even bother.
Right.
He didn't normal. He can normal the Token Collector, I guess. Alright, Lancia.
Oh my goodness, that's so good.
Alright. What are you thinking? Because this is weird.
So the Fleur de Lis cannot negate at this point, right?
No.
And we know that he has Token Collector.
Yes.
So let's normal Ecclesia.
Oh, Berserker's back.
We can just normal Ecclesia here. Oh well, we go Berserker. Yeah, go Berserker, because then you can special Ecclesia.
It can also banish the Token Collector in the hand.
Yeah. And then special Ecclesia. And then activate effect, go get Mo Yi, because we need a card. Activate effect, reveal Vishuda.
Get wrecked.
And then, yep, get absolutely owned. And now we're gonna make a.
Oh, they scooped. I mean, it felt like we were right there at game, right?
Yeah, we definitely were about to climb to lethal because we were gonna make a Chi-Jiao, and then after making Chi-Jiao, we were gonna search Longyan, make probably Baron, and then we weren't even gonna use Baron to pop. We were just gonna go Draco Berserker over the Fleur de Lis, and then over the Verte's 5k.
All right, so it's kind of nice having a Synchro Boral Sword Dragon doing all that damage.
Yeah.
All
It is
right,
nice.
wild. All right, I think that kind of covers a lot. The only thing that didn't really come up is like Hulk combo.
Realistically, how combo actually doesn't come up as often as you would think.
All right, let's go back to deck list and discuss anything that may or may not have come up besides Hulk combo.
Sure.
All right, Sonny, can you think of anything that's worth mentioning that didn't come up?
So, like you said, that Hout combo didn't come up at all. But realistically, in my opinion anyway, Hout combo is not always your first line because a lot of people get really keyed in on the Hulk line. The only way I go Hulk line first is if I have Longyan and something to pitch as the follow-up, or if I have something to normal afterwards, because realistically at that point you can use the Hout combo to bait interaction, and then you can just normal summon Mo Yi or normal summon Tai. So sometimes going Hout combo, sure, it can put you way ahead, but it's also the best bait in the game, baiting Imperms, Effect Failures, Ash Blossoms, Nibiru's, whatever. Because if it resolves, that's fine. You probably just win the game. But if it doesn't resolve, then you need to have the follow through to do something else. So an example would be if I'm looking at an opening hand of Mo Yi, Longyan, Ashuna, Vessel, that's great. I'm going Ashuna, Vessel at that point because that's absolute full Hout combo, right? Because what you do is you special Ashuna, make the Monk, and then go into use Vessel to add Adhara to hand, and then bin whatever you want. And then you can make Hulk and then go into your full Hulk Auroradon Deskbot combo. And then you still have the Mo Yi and the Longyan for backup. So it gives you, like I said, if it all resolves, that's awesome. Because it gives you a way to set up your board without having to use your normal or use your follow-up. It would be like if Tri-Brigade could set up really imposing end board and still have Fractal Karis in their hand without ever using them. So it's kind of a way to bait interaction, or like I said, if it works, it works. You probably just win the game off of a board of Baron, Herald, etc. Right? So
yeah. All right, a couple of cards we didn't really use. I wanted to ask about, like, how exactly is Heavenly Dragon's Circle useful for you? I find every time someone plays this card against me, they beat me because I play Mystic Mine, and it always like clears their board. But maybe you use it for something else more definitively than that.
So something that I've seen myself do is if you have a Heavenly Dragon Circle, the common play is normal summon Mo Yi, activate effect, and they go Ghost Ogre. You can use Heavenly Dragon Circle to tribute your Mo Yi for cost and search Shatana, and then you can just special Shatana with your token that you have on board, and you still have a Chi-Jiao play.
All right, so that plays around Imperm, Veiler, and Ogre?
pretty much, which are 3 very prevalent hand traps right now. But the alternative thing that Heavenly Dragon Circle can do that a lot of people don't realize it can do is you can use, say, for example, let's say I have any Tenyi spirit in hand, right? Most notably would be Ashina. So I can special Ashina, and then I can go into Monk, and then I can go from there. Actually, any Tenyi spirit really works. Ashina is just the best one. But you can go any Tenyi spirit into Monk, and then use Heavenly Dragon Circle to go get a Tai, because it can actually summon any worm. So if you tribute the Monk, it special summons Tai from the deck. And at that point, like I've said, you still haven't used your normal summon. So if you use Tai to banish either the Monk or the one you use to make Monk, then you can go up into Chi search Mo Yi if you have something else to reveal in hand, and then you're off to the races. So Heavenly Dragon Circle does accomplish a lot that a lot of people may not realize it accomplishes, but at the end of the day, it is really your first line of defense against Nib Imperm Veiler. The reason I only run 2 instead of 3 is because I find that it can be a little bit bricky seeing multiples.
All right. Let me think. How much does this card come up? The new crazy Longyang, whatever his name is, Sinister Sovereign.
Yeah, the Kijing Longyan is a pretty interesting card. It can come up sometimes in certain matchups whenever you feel like you already have a lot of interaction on board. Something that I like to do is if I go full Hout combo, if I have a way to make him before I make my final level 8, it allows me to get an extra draw. So for example, making him and then going Mo Yi into Chi is crazy, because what you're going to do is you're going to get a search off Chi, and then you're going to draw one off Kijing Longyan, and then you're going to draw another one off Mo Yi. So having an extra draw is nice, and then in certain matchups like PK and things of that sort, just being able to keep them off of monsters both on field and in graveyard can be pretty helpful.
All right.
And then obviously in some matchups with continuous spell traps, it can serve as an interruption. So for example, your opponent activates Magical Meltdown, you can chain this.
Okay.
So
yeah, this has also been annoying for me for Mystic Mine, but fair enough. All right, I think that kind of covers everything. Is there anything that other people are playing that you think is worth mentioning? Other things for people to consider? I think it's mostly variations of this, mostly, right?
So, like I said in the intro, some people cut Tai down to 1, Ecclesia down to 2, just in an effort to get down to 40. Some people play Pot of Desires. I understand all of those decisions. In fact, one of the lists from, I think his name is Charlie. He's a luxury team player. He just topped the YCS in Charlotte. His list was playing those decisions, like I said. Some people cut Summit from the main deck entirely, which I understand, but I think that Summit is a pretty essential extension piece. So I think my list is tight. I think you could maybe cut down on some places in an effort to get down to 40, but I find my list to be really playable a lot of times. So, well, I say a lot of times. It's like 95% of the time you open playable.
Yeah, and
I'm not gonna say I've
5 you
never
open
rigged.
double Gamma, double Lancia, and you can get weird combos out of it.
Right, but you know what? And then you still win the game.
Yeah.
So.
All right. All right, cool. I think that's going to wrap up things. Do you want to talk a little bit about the podcast? I kind of just addressed where people can find it at the beginning. We didn't really discuss the specifics.
Yeah, sure. So, like you said, my name is Sonny. I'm one of the co-hosts of the Top Cut Yu-Gi-Oh podcast. We do post at 8 a.m. Central Time every Tuesday and every Friday, and we've recently started hosting locals every Thursday in our Discord server. They are remote duels, and they follow the standard remote duel practices. But in addition to that, we also offer a lot of information regarding all of the new cards that are coming out on a daily basis. You can find everything that you need there for meta coverage. We talk to pros, we talk to other content creators. We get a lot of insight, and a lot of it is geared towards helping people that want to get better at the game get to the place that they want to get to. So be sure to check us out. Like Benji said, we're on Spotify, we're on iTunes, we're everywhere that we need to be. So, but other than that, that's all I've got. Thank you so much for having me on today. I really appreciate it.
Oh, man, it's a pleasure having you. As it is always. Hey, Caleb, if you're actually watching this at this point in the video, at the end.
Caleb is my co-host.
Yeah, just make sure he gets a shout out in here as well. All right, I think
For
it's gonna
sure.
wrap this up, and we will see you guys next time. All right. All right.
Yeah.
So I got ahead earlier, and I actually put into the comment here competitive please. So let's hopefully not play against anything too ridiculous, or at the very least, if it's ridiculous, it'll be good. I was playing like a match. I was streaming my matches for a few DB games yesterday, and like the first thing I did was play against what's it called, Flower Cardian. I had no idea what the hell was going on.
Yeah, I'm terrified of getting a deck that I have no idea. Like, honestly, I haven't done a ton of research into the branded deck yet. So seeing a branded deck here would be kind of rough for me.
Yeah, I played locals today, and I think I played against 4 branded decks in 4 rounds. So, well, 3 of them actually, then some random
Right.
zombie deck. Well, we lost the dice roll. Hand looks okay.
It's fine. We have Nib.
Now
Oh,
it's
it
not
might
as
not
fun.
matter. This is Flunder.
Oh, it's
isn't it?
competitive, at least.
Yeah. Huh?
All right.
Good thing we have Imperm, huh?
Well, I mean, and they'll have the card that banishes their guy or books their guy. I don't know. Flaunderies is really good.
Yeah, it's really not a bad deck. And this hand is really crusty.
Maybe we can nib them. I don't know if it would be good to do.
It's definitely worth a shot.
All right, the question is, do we just go for it? Because, or do we
What
wait
did they
for the
add
Elgin?
off of the duality?
Good question. Let me remind. M-Pen. So we can't keep them off of M-Pen no matter what, so we might as well try and keep them off of Statue.
Yeah, I think that's a fair play.
Because I think like the goal is normally keep them off of M-Pen, but if they have M-Pen in hand, what are we really gonna do?
Right.
All right, so that's their second monster, so they can definitely get another summon.
Oh? Oh, they have to add a... Why didn't they add Ryza? Do you think they already have Ryza in hand?
That'd be weird. They might actually be trying to do some sort of play where they get to summon both of them. I think there are some combos where you're trying to summon both M-Pens to search both the Dreaming Town and the what's the spell called? Bewildering Winds or something, or Unexplored Winds.
Right. So, does the Dreaming Town only work if they control a flu monster?
No, it just can only be used in the main phase. I think it just lets you tribute summon lets you special a level 4 or lower wing beast if memory serves. I mean, I can just look at the text because he searched it.
Yeah.
Normal a level 4 or lower wing beast.
Gotcha.
So we have to expect them to just summon an M-Pen or a Ryza or whatever on us now. So we have to plan accordingly, and if we normal, we're gonna have some trouble.
So, I would say... Probably Special Vishuda.
Because there's always a board state where we just might not be able to play, in which case Scoop might be correct, but I don't think that's necessarily the case here.
Yeah, I don't think we're quite there yet.
Because they have Robina in hand, right? If they summon Robina,
Yeah.
that'll search something. Like, they can also book the Vishuda. I don't know why I put
They
this in
could,
defense.
yeah.
It's not like Vishuda can activate on field, so I probably should have put an attack in case we wanted to threaten a monster or something.
Yeah, but it's kind of crusty to put things in attack, just because of the M-Pen. Like, I understand that you're not trying to activate Vishuda's effect on field or anything, but...
Yeah, but I think it's a major misplay on my part, just because the barrier statue's in attack position now, so that we can't nib them now.
Oh, yeah.
But I wasn't planning on that.
Oh, link it off.
Can't link it off.
Oh, because he had the...
Yeah, that was a big misplay on my part. I realized it like 1 second later. We can.
I think we're now in a position where we cannot play the game.
Yeah.
So, best thing to do. There's no wind. There's no wind level 8. Otherwise, you could normal summon at Hara, but when we don't have a Baron line. I would not activate Vessel right here. I would probably just set Blackout and pass, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to accomplish anything, but it's better than nothing, right?
Well, the thing is, there's no point in revealing the Vessel. Just because it's not going to accomplish anything activating it.
All right, so apparently even the simplest of misplays can be a massive big deal, so that's my fault, just so everyone's clear on that. All right, let's see what they get. Chalice Shifter. I guess they're going to grab Chalice because they don't really have like anything else they're threatened by.
Right.
How do you feel about the Floowandereeze matchup playing Sword Soul?
Most of the time, it's actually not a terrible matchup.
Oh, should we have popped it? I figured they have enough summons that it's not going to matter.
Yeah, no, it's probably fine. Because realistically, I don't know, it might make things crusty next turn, but we'll see. No, usually I'm actually pretty cool with the... No, don't activate it. I'm usually pretty cool with the actual bird matchup, but honestly, this hand is kind of subpar, so...
I think our hand was fine if we went first, right? Well, I guess when you don't have actual Sword Soul cards, it's always a little weird.
Going first, it was still kind of crusty, but we could have made something work.
Shit.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, now this isn't even live. We're going to have to activate it.
That's summon 3. Here's hoping they summon 2 more times, and then what we'll do is we'll activate Blackout to force the negate, and then we'll nib.
Can't nib if the statue makes it to stay on the board.
Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting about the statue.
Yeah, that's the problem. So we'll activate it. I mean, it doesn't really do anything, and then I guess we just concede.
Yeah.
Because they have no reason to not negate this.
Right.
Yeah, they got this one. Because we're not going to be able to play through the statue. I guess we could wait and see if we draw, like, Imperm off the top.
Yeah, an Imperm off the top would be very nice. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, it was Droplet, I think. The card for the Gamma. If memory serves.
Yeah, I would probably consider Droplet, but that's fine.
All right, well, that didn't help, so I suppose Scoop Phase is correct.
Yes.
See if we can beat him inside decking. All right, how do you want to beat their deck?
Okay, we're going first. Honestly, the Nibs can probably come out. The Lancias should come in. And then I would like to make room for Drolls. Probably Ogres come out.
They're good against the field spell, but that might be the only really good hit for them.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing, is that's pretty much it. So
anything else, or are we happy here?
Since we're going first, I'm not too worried about the back row removal. So
I mean, they could open Shifter, and then we'd immediately we have no response to that. But we could put in Gamma for that. I don't know if it's worth it, because they could just wait for us to play something.
I don't think it's worth it. Realistically, I think that we can actually play under Shifter pretty well, depending on what our hand is.
All right, so you're happy with the way we have this currently?
Yep.
All right, let's see what we can do.
Oh, this hand's good.
All right.
Okay, so let's start by... I think we're gonna... This is always a weird situation, because you can either special the Adhara and then special Longyan. That way you have a Yazi play, but they don't have anything on board, so there's not a lot of point to do that. So what I would probably do is... I would probably special Vishuda, actually, discarding Adhara. Or special Vishuda and then special Longyan, discarding Adhara. That way you have a Baron line no matter what, because you can always normal Ash. Yeah, activate.
All right. Baron?
Let's see, you're on summon 3. Yeah, Baron's fine here.
Defense, I guess.
What's Baron's defense?
25, I think.
Attack is fine because, well, no, there probably does need to be defense because of the
Lightning
the
Storm possibilities.
lightning storm, and I was gonna say the bird. Because if he's in attack position and they summon the M pen, then you can't activate its effect.
All right. It's always 24. Hey, we're winning.
Technically. There was actually a better play that we could have done there. Yeah, summon the monk. There was actually a better play we could have done there, but it played a lot harder into Nib, which was to special the Vishuda and then normal Adhara and then make Chi Zhao and then use Chi Zhao effect to search out probably an Ashuna and then search
just
out
to clarify,
and,
so our opponent doesn't wait too long. We're finished with our play, yeah?
yeah, we're done.
All right, so we could have cheese out and searched for...
Well, we could cheese out and search for a Sword Soul card, and then you discarded the Sword Soul card to make Baron that way.
Oh, shit. I should have probably just fired the shotgun the last
Yeah, probably.
Honestly,
I think we just ash it. That's what I would probably do.
All right. So, yeah, that's for us talking about last turn's play. But, yeah, if you're holding Lancia, you might as well just fire it off in this matchup. Partially, it messes up everything in the deck, and, I mean, these are the cards you're trying to stop, really. Extravs and Prosperities.
No, don't chain anything else.
At this point, it just feels like we're losing value if we Lancia, but... Okay. Now it might make sense to.
Yeah, now I would Lancia.
All right. It's a misplay no matter what, but that's just my fault for talking. Shit.
Why play around Lightning Storm when they have Regeki?
Okay, well, they get to, at the very minimum, go for Barrier Statue, and then we're top decking into no way to deal with Barrier Statue again.
Right. Yeah.
Oh.
The only card that helps us out here is exactly Taie. Or, well, Emergence.
Well, it looks like they're actually not going for Barrier Statue. They're going for M-Pen.
A much scarier thought here would be Zeus, but oh nope, they just don't care.
Well, they can't Zeus if they use one of these guys, because then they can't.
Oh well, they're under duality anyway.
Yeah, they're under duality. Also, if they activate either effect of the Floowandereeze, then they can't special at all. Even the add back. If you add back, you can't special.
Right.
They may have been planning on getting these guys back to hand and forgot about the Lancia.
Yeah.
So there's a chance that they might not have something to actually summon off of that.
Yeah, Taie is the only thing that actually helps us here. And even then, it's still kind of crusty because of the Dreaming Town.
Well, this is Taie.
Oh, well, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah, let's special that. Defense, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Don't worry, I got that part. All right.
Yeah.
Activate
Yeah,
Ecclesia.
activate effect. Yeah, we're going to activate. And then we're going to get Taie in defense.
Seeing it.
And then activate effect, banish Longyan. Activate Vishuda.
To bounce the monster? Just clarifying the line at this point. So we can bounce him.
Yeah, it's the monster, because after you go to the monster, you're going to go into Baxia to show... Well, actually, you're going to do the... Yeah, so bounce the monster. They probably chain the Dreaming Town. Well, they might not have anything to summon.
Yeah, I think they might have been messed up at the Lancia.
Yeah, and then just activate... No. Activate Adhara. Get the Longyan back to your hand first.
Alrighty. We're doing that while we still have a vanilla token.
Right.
Are we going Chizao, or are we going for...
What all do you have in your grave?
In the grave, we have Baron, just these 5 cards.
I think we're gonna have to go. We're gonna have to go Chi Zhao if we want to try to extend.
Okay.
I don't know. Baxia.
Because we shuffle back these 2 cards and they're nothing. He's just playing with 1 tribute summon.
Yeah, let's
monster
go Baxia and shuffle back those 2.
It might not be correct. But that's an option. All
I
right.
think Baxia is the correct play here, just to put him on less resources.
Is there anything
And
we want to
then,
mill with
oh
Taie?
yes, Mo Yi. There it is. That's the line. Yes, Taie Mill Mo Yi. So Baxia 1, Taie 2. Yep. Sometimes you figure these lines out on the fly. And
Okay,
then
so that way we can use Baxia to bring back the Moyi.
correct. And then Baxia effect, bring back Mo Yi. Mo Yi effect, obviously, reveal Longyan. Make Chi Zhao. Chi Zhao can search.
Chain link order? What's more important?
Chi Zhao 1, Mo Yi 2, always.
I guess who's going to Ash a random draw one?
Right.
Well, I think we
Oh,
drew
that's
the
so
search
good.
target.
Oh,
So.
add Blackout. Oh, that's so good.
Can we just end the game with the cards we have? Like Longyan into...
Well, we haven't normaled yet, so
I assume
what
we
we
just be
can
long
do
wanting
is-
into something and attacking and being able to do 68?
yeah.
Mhm.
So what we're gonna do is go ahead and add Blackout.
All right.
And then you're gonna activate Longyan, discard the Blackout. And then summon Cheng Ying.
And this should just be game on board, right?
I believe so. Once you activate Longyan, that's gonna put him on 56, and then that's well over lethal.
All right. Well, it works. It's even works if he like imperms the Changing. All right. So we have to be a little bit more mindful of plays. That's partially my fault. Mostly my fault, I'd say. I was talking.
No,
I'm like,
that's
yeah,
fine.
let's move to the next turn so they can make plays, and then it's just like, sure, you make this Lancia pointless. All right.
So we're gonna deck out the 2 Heavenly Dragon Circles. We're gonna deck out the Sword Soul Sacred Summit and the Blackout because we're going second,
All right.
and we're gonna deck in the Gamma package. And here, so this is a rulings question. If he shifters us in his turn, and then we get to our turn and we use Call By on the shifter, can we
No.
have our graveyard back? No? Okay, deck out Call By. It's pointless. And we will need 2 more. Shatana can come out.
The ogres could
And
hit
1
the field
vessel.
spell.
I'm sorry?
The ogres could hit the field spell.
And bring out 1 vessel.
All right.
And bring in the 3 twisters.
All
Okay,
right.
so the twisters are there because I don't care too much what he does on his turn. In standby, if we have twister, we're going to hit his back row and his field spell. The Dreaming Town and the field spell.
Gotcha. Well, we didn't open those, but we could potentially end his turn with an imperm, depending on what he starts with. Please don't chain shifter. Please don't chain shifter.
Oh boy, there's
Well,
shifter.
The shifter's not going to be important. They're going to add the trap card that says we can't play Yu-Gi-Oh. The no monster effects for any other deck, but their silly wind bird deck.
Right.
Why would you
Nope,
add?
bad.
That's the worst possible add. Because I mean, I guess he has to have like the Sturch, or
See what
the
he has here.
Stree, the one that banishes one from grave. And then he has to have the card to protect it from imperm. That was a weird decision.
This game's gonna be interesting.
So he's gonna try and banish that to turn on shifter. So I guess we have to try and stop that.
Yes, yes.
If he has the out, he has the out, and there's nothing we could have done about it regardless.
Right.
But this does also put another card in his graveyard, so he can't shifter.
Yep. He really needed that Street to resolve, regardless.
Well, it's because it was his committed first normal summon, because he didn't have a better bird. But now he would have had the better bird now. At least we didn't get shifted. But can we
Right.
beat whatever Robina goes into?
Probably not. Unless we get a twin off the top. A twin off the top would be crazy right here. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why you should play 40 instead of 45. Increase the odds of hitting your twin.
But there's enough bricks in this deck to justify that. There's a 001.
Exactly.
The brickiest of all bricks. Alright, so what will they get? Will they get Dreaming Town or the Field Spell? Because they haven't had the Field Spell. Do they want to do more summons? Probably not. Odds are it's just Dreaming Town, so they can just Rise us or something.
There's the Dreaming Town.
Then they get to normal something off of M-Pen, if they want to. They've opted not to. Ooh.
That's actually not as bad as it seems. Luckily, our hand is exactly Sword Soul cards, so that's any card sent to the graveyard is banished instead.
Any monster.
Any monster. Okay, cool. So what we can do here is we can activate Emergence, get Longyan. And here we're going to do that cool Adhara Longyan play that I talked about.
We'll see if it works. Well, the Adhara has to be used from the hand now because it's not going to go to the graveyard when we link it off.
Right.
All right. Long one?
Yes. You can discard that other Emergence. Oh, no. Dang it. We were supposed to summon Adhara first.
Well, we can't link it off, so we can only use the play from hand.
No, you're not trying to link it off. You're trying to synchro with Longyan and Adhara into Yazi.
Oh, this is what we're talking about with the driver. Oh, I thought you were trying to add something back.
Dang it. Okay, all right, that's fine. We can still do it here. Okay, so let's go Baron.
Well, if we make Baron, we kind of force the Dreaming Town.
That's fine because we have follow through because what we're going to do afterwards. Okay, well, he's going to Dreaming Town here anyway. That's fine because what we're going to do is we're going to normal tie A. And then we're going to use tie A to banish the Emergence.
Well, he's going to book our guys, maybe.
He might. He's probably just going to summon Barrier Statue right here. But actually, Barrier Statue is really bad because we have the... we can go into Baron right here. Oh, please summon Barrier Statue. That would just make my day.
So the goal was just to have the extra Adhara for Yazi.
Yeah, that was the goal, but it's fine. Well, it gives us a lot of options, really.
Okay, we have 2 cards in grave, so this is just an extra body. He's banishing his own Dreaming Town, so he's not going to be able to...
He's not going to be able to
our
book
guy.
Oh, he's going Ryza.
Would Ryza make sense here, though?
Not really.
I'm not
but
saying we're
that's
going to be
what
able to
he's
do
doing.
much, but...
It doesn't make a ton of sense to me, but he doesn't know that. He doesn't know our hand.
Just feels like this Rise is coming down too early because we started with a special. Like, it'd feel more normal if we had a... What do you call it?
It's definitely coming down too early.
Oh, he's got the Shifter in hand. But can he...
Ah, he's shuffling back. Okay, got it. Well, he's got it.
Because, yeah, he's top decking the Advent of Adventure.
And now he's going to Shifter us. Watch.
He might not do it right away.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. So what all do we know that it's in his hand now? We know Shifter and what else?
The 2 birds he just added back, Stree and Robina. Well, I mean, Stree and Eaglin.
The witches use their effects, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go.
If we're going to summon this, well, we might...
Well, I don't know that now's the time to summon it anymore.
Yeah.
Let's normal tie A, activate effect, banish Emergence. He might have that. That other one might be Imperm.
I mean, that doesn't make much sense else what he would set. It could just be book. He could just like book tie A and then we get a token with no way to use it.
Oh, he's probably just hold it. That the reaction was probably just D-shifter.
It's possible.
I wouldn't worry about triggering the emergence actually right here.
All right.
And let's just go Baxia.
And we got to go in defense if we want to spin something.
That's fine. That's fine.
And what are we spinning?
So let's spin the. I'll happily take input here.
I'm not sure. I don't think this is going to matter. I think we're actually done.
Yeah, I think so too. Let's spin back the.
I kind of want to target the set just to prompt him to activate it so I can see what it is, but
yeah, that's fine. Do the set and
I guess M-Pen threatens him in some way.
I think the Rabina, right? Because if we do the Rabina, then that forces him to play with the 2 that he's got in his hand. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I just don't think it's going to matter. I think the M-Pen at least says we might be able to make a play.
You can do the M-Pen, that's fine.
I'm just curious what the set is. Because we don't have any monsters in grave to use the Baxia for. We can't special anything, so our turn is over here.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, alright, well, I'll just let him do what he's got to do since we can't do anything. The question is, could we have played this particular hand better? Yeah,
we could have gone Yazi right there, which would have been different. The Yazi might have been better, but because what we could have done is we could have used Emergence to get Yazi, or use Emergence to level modulate the tie A to make Yazi, and then Yazi into Mo Yi.
Well, and then have to pop the Dimensional Fissure, right?
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Yazi get destroyed to the graveyard. Let me read Yazi. Does Yazi have to go to the graveyard?
I think it does. Yeah, it does.
All right. Okay, I think we can safely scoop here and just try and get into another match.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
Yeah, if we could not put this one in the video, that'd be great.
Yeah. We'll just start over. All right, going into our first match. I put a little note that says competitive, please. So hopefully we won't get anything too random like we did last time. What did we play against? Like the agent structure deck.
Yes,